Hey everybody, this is Dr. Will, and today we're going to talk about the concept of filters. Filters is an idea that you are not really experiencing life as it really is, as how beautiful it really is, but instead you might have gray colored glasses on and a number of them that are forcing you to see life in a much more mundane and poorly filtered way. And so you're not experiencing life with the large amount of vitality that you possibly could. We will explain a lot about this, and I would love for you to connect the dots between your life and see which filters are potentially affecting you. We'll go over which filters are common and which filters are not usually ones that people think about, and we will go over all of that stuff in just a minute. Again, I am Dr. Will, a biological dentist connecting oral health to overall health, and it is my passion to be able to share with you the same type of healing that I have received and hopefully help you on your journey to living a life with vitality. So if you like what you hear today, please like and subscribe to our channel as we do connect these dots, and hopefully it helps you on your journey as well. So when we talk about filters, let me give you one common popular filter that probably everybody has felt before and understands, and it's an easy one to get. Think about if you do not get a good night's rest. Maybe you're someone who usually gets 8 hours of sleep, and now all of a sudden you get 3 for whatever reason. Your life is still the same though. It's still the same Monday. It's still the same Friday. Now that you've only gotten 3 hours of sleep, you are more irritable. Maybe you're more irritated at your boss. Maybe you are more snappy at your wife or husband, or maybe your children get on your nerves a little bit more. And it's all because you did not get enough sleep. The fact that you did not get good sleep is a filter. You are not seeing life as it is, but you are seeing life through the lens of not getting good sleep. And it's truly affecting you. Well, I am here to tell you that that is only one filter of all of these many, many filters that you probably have, especially if you're an American, because as someone from the United States, you probably have a ton of other filters that a lot of people are unaware about. So let's talk about some common ones. One is sleep, like we just talked about. You know that if you don't get good sleep, it's really going to affect you. Another one that I want to talk about is gut health. Gut health is one of those things that I believe in the next 50 to 100 years is going to come online as one of the most important things to our overall health that people are not understanding. You've probably heard before that the gut is the second brain. Well, some physicians, some doctors call it the first brain because there's some hormones that are made more in the gut than in the brain. I think serotonin might be one of them. And so if you have poor gut health, you might not be able to experience life in the most beautiful way because you don't get to recognize how much your hormone levels are affected by that. Now, what about liver health? If you're someone who has drank a lot of alcohol in the past, how is your liver health affecting the rest of your body? Another one to consider is parasites. Parasites are something that are considered only in the third world countries, but really affect every part of the United States as well, especially if you travel a lot and are in public places and use public restrooms, especially if you're eating raw fish and raw foods in general. And overall, the idea that you have parasites can then truly affect how you feel. And some people believe those types of parasites can really mess with your thinking. That is another filter. And then another big filter for us to talk about is heavy metals. In all of the foods that you're drinking and the water that you're consuming, is the heavy metal consumption potentially affecting the way that you feel during the day? So we just talked about a few there. We're talking about sleep, gut health, liver health, parasites, and heavy metals. Now, a lot of that stuff I was able to fix myself and remove those filters by taking a detox program called Josh Mason's Detox Dudes program. And we're actually trying to find a way to implement that type of program into our own office because it was such a powerful program for me and really helped direct my life in a much healthier direction. And I am forever grateful for that. So the only way that I know how to run my business authentically is to now allow my patients to have the same type of healing that I received. So now let's just think about the average person. You've got someone who just woke up in bed. Like, this is a video that I would love to create. An idea that the video shows the person asleep in bed and then lists off throughout the video, as this person gets out of bed, how many chemicals that they're exposed to. So let's imagine this person's laying in bed and they are using a normal detergent, not a healthy one, but one that has a ton of chemicals in it. And they get out of bed and the screen lists how many chemicals have been on their skin all night. They then brush their teeth with a normal toothpaste that has more chemicals in it. They then drink a glass of water from the tap water that has more chemicals in it. And then they get in the shower and just bathe themselves in those same chemicals and add more chemicals to them by using shampoo and soaps that are just traditional chemical-laden soaps. And now by the time this person gets out of the shower, it's 45 minutes later, how many substances has that patient's organs, including their skin, been subjected to? Maybe now this person goes and gets a moldy coffee from their coffee machine and they eat some processed food and now they're on the way to work. Like, man, how many chemicals has this person now been exposed to? And that's one morning. That is one morning of how many? Now this person then hears me talk about filters. Imagine how many filters this person has. A tremendous amount, because it's not just potentially sleep. It's the chemicals in their water and in their toothpaste and in their soaps and shampoos and in their laundry detergents and in their processed food and coffee. I know that's a lot to take in, but when we talk about the concept of filters, I want you to think about how this is reflective in your own life and how you may be able to start removing these filters from your life. This might be binders, something that can go in that's like activated charcoal or True Carbon Cleanse or some other substances, some compounds that you can buy that will help bind to these toxins and release them. I want you to think about the ideas of these filters and how many filters you might have in your life, because truly, if you don't start removing the filters from your life, you are at risk of never getting to see life as how beautiful it truly is. And I got to experience this myself. I recognized that once I went through the Detox Stooge program, I was able to heal my gut, and that was one filter removed. I then moved on to a liver cleanse, and that was one filter removed. Then we did parasite cleanse, and there sure was parasites. That was one removed. And then we did heavy metals, and that was one removed. I worked on my sleep. I started eating whole foods and drinking very clean water. And I noticed as step by step, my life was cleaner and I had more clarity and I was not as foggy and I slept better and I was not as irritable. And I recognized that I had removed so many of the filters that my consciousness was trying to see life through, that now I was able to see life a lot more as it really is, as its beautiful way. And I was able to recognize that I wonder if this is how children are. Is it possible that the reason why children have such a beautiful outlook on life, we're talking about 4 or 5 years old, is because they have not spent enough time on this earth to have too many filters. This is one of the reasons why we really need to look back at children and understand how beautiful life can be through their lens, because they don't have these filters yet. Now, we're just talking about the chemical filters, not the filters of trauma or anything that has affected your life with physical trauma or emotional trauma, which absolutely adds to those filters. And so what I really want to impart on you today is for you to take this and be introspective and understand for yourself how many filters might you have that are preventing you from living a life that you truly love. Maybe you don't hate your boss. Maybe your life is a lot better just as it is, You just can't experience that because there are too many filters. I feel like I've said the word filter a million times on this video, but that's what it's about. This is about you removing all of these screens off your eyes so you can see how beautiful life truly is. And most people, I hate to say this, it just is what it is. Most people not only have a tremendous amount of screens in front of their face that are preventing them from seeing life as how beautiful it really is, but also are going to really struggle with taking the steps to heal because it's difficult. It is a difficult thing to do. It is uncomfortable. And through that journey is the healing process. Thank you for watching our video today. If you liked what you heard today, please like and subscribe to our channel as we discuss and connect oral health to overall health, and we will see you next time. My foot. That's distracting. Whoops.